Have you been told that your little one needs tube feeding to ensure that they get sufficient nutrition, but you just don't like the idea of tube feeding? Hi there, it's Neesha from My Favourite Physio. In today's video, I'm jumping in to share with you the top 3 reasons why it is important for your child to have tube feeding if they are not currently able to get enough nutrition through oral feeding. So here at My Favourite Physio, we see lots of little ones with special needs. And as pediatric physiotherapists, our main goal is to help our little ones learn to move better. We often see little ones with complex needs, and it's not unusual for us to see little ones who are not getting sufficient nutrition and they are very small in size for their age and height. It is important to have the discussion about nutrition with our families for those following 3 reasons. The first reason is a child requires sufficient nutrition for growth and development, and that is growth of muscle cells and muscle tissues for them to be able to move. They need nutrition for their brains to grow so that they can learn new skills. So it's really important for a little one to get sufficient nutrition. Otherwise, with the physiotherapy that we do, they just are not able to cope with having to do what we want them to do. The second reason is without sufficient nutrition, you'll find your little one doesn't have the energy to exercise or the energy to focus on looking at toys or following the toy to reach for a toy. So without nutrition, you'll find that they're not able to tolerate the activities we need them to be doing. The third reason is without sufficient nutrition, you'll find that your child is really not resilient to illnesses. And in this current climate of, COVID and colds and mosquito bites that could just literally cause your child to fall ill, not having enough nutrition means they don't have the reserve for any sorts of sickness. So it's really important to realize that without sufficient nutrition, your little one could get really sick very quickly and be very, very unwell. So we often talk to our families for those 3 reasons. It is important to consider tube feeding if your child is struggling to feed orally. And we have many families who have progressed to getting tube feeding either temporarily through their nose, like an NG tube, or permanently through their tummies, like a PEG tube. What they first find is their little one suddenly starts to gain weight and grow. They grow muscle, their thighs are chubbier, their arms are chubbier, they're able to move more. Lots of families will say, oh, the energy and the joy, and they seem to interact and have energy to play each day. They're happy and laughing now, just because they actually now have sufficient nutrition. And most of all, they'll find that their little ones don't fall sick so easily. They don't get these colds and sniffles so easily. So really, our families who have progressed to tube feeding have found the benefits outweighs the reluctance or the discomfort of having tube feeding or managing tube feeding. So if you are in that situation where you really don't want the thought of tube feeding, please consider the many benefits it can be for your child. And if you would like to speak to somebody, a useful person to speak to is your pediatrician. Otherwise, you can certainly ring us here at My Favourite Physio, speak to one of our expert pediatric physiotherapists. We would love to help you out. The number to ring is 02-9790-4233. And if you know somebody out there who has a little one who is really underweight for their age and height, and the family is just a bit reluctant about tube feeding or has lots of questions about tube feeding, why don't you like and share this video with them? Until next time, have a fabulous day. Bye.